Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Game 2 of the ALCS is in the books. Game 1 of the NLCS was a fun one. 1-1 going into the ninth. Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Thank you guys very much for joining us today. We appreciate you. We love you. It's a nice rainy day here in the Bronx in the Roosevelt's studios. Jake's wearing his Roosevelt shirt. He's sitting to my left. I am me, and Trevor is over in California. White shirt, backwards hat, looking like a painter on a summer day. The literature teacher from My Girl, painting houses in the off season, and Bug Dude is behind the dish. The Rays take game 2. The Braves take game 1. A lot of good action. I thought both games were really good baseball, and had some fun, good on the field storylines, good off the field storylines, good storylines that are on the field but are kind of off the field. This episode is brought to you by Kyle Morton, Charlie's brother, tuning in to see what we thought about the outing. Tim McPhail. Wait, hold on. It's PH, but that's got to be McPhail. That's a tough name. McPhail. It's like a joke when someone fails a lot.
That's the opposite, though. Like,
remember,
he succeeds at everything.
McPhail's a very common name.
Yeah, but in the early aughts, all those like video montages, like fail montage, and there's like a guy trying to do a kickflip and he'd fall, fail, like Mick Fail. Okay. Daniel Sheridan, Jared Guiley, Ray Sargood, Matthew Williams, Zach Miller, James, and Marcio Matthew Esqua. Those are our most recent patrons. Thank you guys very much. Thanks for hanging out with us. Jake, did you enjoy the baseball yesterday?
I did. I sure did.
Being honest?
One massive mistake looms large in the afternoon game between the Rays and Houston. I'm sure we'll talk about that a good amount today. Otherwise, I mean, that was a really good baseball game. It just got off to a really sour note because it's as bad of a combination playoff error as you'll see. But that was good baseball. And then the nightcap, man, is kind of something that we've been hinting towards and dreaming to for a while. I mean, 2 young studs, great game, pressure-filled at bats that end up with the Braves getting to the Dodgers bullpen. That opens up a whole can of worms and like 10 different storylines. So I'm pretty happy with yesterday's results, and I think Dodger Braves, you can almost buckle up for 6 or 7 and I think flip a coin at this point. Trev.
I'm starting to feel that way about the Braves and the Dodgers. I thought it was good baseball yesterday. When you do make a mistake like that, like I've said before on this show, it's the loneliest feeling in the world, and all you can hope for is the pitcher or somebody else to bail you out. And you saw Altuve's reaction after Manny Margot's homer. That is I want to dig a hole and go live in there for a few months. That's what that look was like. So baseball was good, though. I agree with Jake. There are a ton of storylines to talk about. One being that the Astros offense is still relentless. They out-hit the Rays yesterday 10-4. Just didn't have the big one, a lot of double plays, all that good stuff. But the games were great. I'm excited to watch them again today.
The Rays are and we'll cry on pot, so we'll start first. Rays, Astros. The Rays are a very good baseball team. They're not as good as they've been in the last 2 games against the Astros. And I'm saying that high compliments. They're like hitting, or all of their defense has been through the roof. Their game planning and escaping jams has been amazing. Like, they got out hit 10-4.
Yes.
They take advantage of every mistake and take away any opportunity. Like, how many hard hit double plays have we seen in the last 2 games? Wendell at third making every single play. Margot catching that ball, falling all over the railing. Adames at short had I think an amazing play. I think it was my favorite. A sliding short hop pick to get up and throw him out at first. The Rays are squeezing every bit of talent they have. Like that team looked unstoppable yesterday. They only had 4 hits, and one of them, and the big 3-run shot came after an error.
4 hits and no walks, Jim.
I know they just
insane.
They just take advantage. Like, hats off to McCullers. He threw a really good game. Struck out 11, 7 innings pitched. Then it's the error. It's so bad by both players. Like, I know Altuve bounced it, but Yuli's effort, he could have just picked it up and Choi would have been out.
Play was weird. Everything about that play was weird. Choi was walking.
He thought he caught it, so he slowed down.
I'm sure he had a talking to, because that's something that the Rays, like you're saying, they're squeezing every bit of ounce of talent out of their guys. You got to be able to run the ball out, just because of something like that. I'm sure they made a point after the game to talk to everybody, and specifically Choi. But yeah, like you said, Gurriel could have just picked the ball up, kept his foot on the bag. For some reason, he decided, I'll just take my foot off the bag and then I'll pick it up, which ultimately, 100% cost him the game.
It's really weird. It's a really bad play. I think it's more on Yuli. And then Altuve makes the error in the same exact play later on, and you're like, I think Frenchie said he had the yips on air, which is damning. Go throwing that word around on players.
Got to be easy with the Y word. Not cool, Frenchie, IMO.
I don't know if it was Frenchie or someone in the booth.
Someone in that damn booth. And yeah, Jim, I'll go, and usually you and I are on the opposite sides of this conversation. Lance, he was so good for the rest of that game. He did give up the homer to Margot. And if your defense gives up the error behind you, you can't give up the homer. And Manny gets one. Day late, dollar short for me on that in the homer draft. And then, when Correa comes in and they get Fairbanks, which is like, okay, there's a little blood in the water. This Rays super pen who, nobody can touch them. Trev keeps comparing them to the 2014 Royals that were 14-15 Royals that were so dominant in the back of that pen that it's like, okay, so we drew some blood on them. We got one of them. Zunino comes back and hits an absolute bomb. I think it was 454. The Rays, that 2-run lead being 3 runs felt impactful, especially when they load the bases in the 9th. Had a burn for this game. We skipped past it.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
It's God's plan, man. It's God's plan.
No, that's my bad. I forgot we were doing that.
Unbelievable, Jim.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Bad. Let's burn it.
It's okay.
You ready?
I think so.
Should have cut me off. My bad, man.
Talked about it. Started rolling. We get hot here.
We get hot. You know what we do? Make adjustments. You'll be fine, Jake. We can't wait to listen to your burn.
Make an adjustment.
Yeah, I'm a big burn fan.
How about I burn while you burn?
Yeah.
Light it up.
People been rooting for
really
that.
Wants that. I'm not going to have that on tape.
On your mark. Get set. Burn, Jakey, burn.
Game 2 in San Diego. Trevor's Lance McCullers Jr. versus Charlie Morton as the Rays try to salt away another victory. Top 1. Lance will make him dance. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Altuve and Gurriel tag team. A terrible throw and catch, and that might be what makes Houston Margot home. Look at the Pelicans, Manny. A 3-run homer after an absolute disaster of an error. 3-0 Tampa. Speaking of salt in the wound, Morton was good. 0 earned runs, 5 innings pitched. But after the first, McCullers was better. Finishes 7 innings pitched, 11 Ks. Houston would get one as everyone's favorite. C.J. Correa goes solo. He always does in a way. But Zanin, no way. Mikey Z does it again. 454 to left center. But the Astros can spoil everything in the 9th. Bases hucked versus Nick Anderson, but he springs a double play against George, and Breggy Bullets hits his 5th hard hit out of the day to Kiermaier. Defense and pitching works every damn time. Morton to Fairbanks to Loop to Thompson to Anderson. Rays show the fortitude to take Game 2. Fortitude.
Bregman got hosed. I think Wendell got him once. Wendell might have got him twice. And then hard hit to Kiermaier at the end there. What do you think about that at the end, Trev? Anderson walks 2 guys. I believed he walked... Who hits before Bregman? I'm blanking.
Yesterday was Brantley.
I think he walked him on 4 straight pitches. So he's thrown... I think he threw 8 straight balls. If not, he walked the 2 guys. Bases are now loaded. It's the 9th inning. I totally understand what Bregman's saying. Like, hey, this guy's going to come into the zone because he does not want to fall behind after walking. But I also understand the argument of like, hey, this dude just walked 4 people. Let's make him throw pitches. What do you, as a player, do you like jumping a guy in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was 8 in a row because I remember them saying on the 3-0 pitch that it was 7 in a row to Brantley. And in that situation, look, Nick, I was watching him pitch, and I'm like, dude, this guy, there's something going on. Like, he was kind of like rubbing his arm. Like, I don't know if he was like profusely sweating or something. Like, he definitely looked like he wasn't himself. Looked a little nervous. I'm not going to put that out there. Like, maybe he wasn't nervous, but something was going on. But Bregman comes up. The bases, first and third. Right? What was it?
Bases loaded for Bregman.
That's right. He walked the bases loaded. So bases loaded, down by 2. I mean, he got a good pitch to hit. I think if you're a Bregman type and you're a Correa type or whatever, most of these guys in this dang Astros lineup, you've earned the right to swing when you want to swing. And he got a good pitch to hit. If he would have swung at something kind of out of the zone, like that's exactly where he was looking for that ball. Like out over the plate, middle. And he put a good swing on it. I think he probably wishes, he didn't hit it in the air as much as he did, or maybe a little bit better. But he got a good pitch to hit. I think that's all you can ask in that situation.
Yeah, it's these kind of
hung up there.
Kind of contradicting thoughts of baseball. Like Bregman jumps that pitch and it's more well located or slightly more loft or slightly left lost. We're calling him a genius. We're saying, oh, the pitcher threw 8 straight balls, so Bregman looked for one in the zone knowing he had to come in at some point, and he's a genius. We do this on 3-0 counts. We do it in situations like this where if you get a hit, you look awesome. If you don't, everyone wants to poo-poo on you. And, yeah, man, I mean, tough for Breggy. All the analytics people were tweeting after the game. I think since they started tracking the hard hit balls, he was the first ever playoff guy to have 5 of them and not get a hit from it. And it's a little bit the story of the Astros. Like, the defense has been nasty. And some of that is positioning. A little bit of it is a little bit of luck. You got to put yourself into positions to succeed, and they've done that with their guys. I mean, there was Rays fans that didn't want Willy Adames in this year. They wanted the top prospect, Wander Franco. Give us the juice. Adames has been disgusting this year. Joey Wendell, Trev, you compared him a week or 2 ago to DJ LeMahieu for what he does for the Rays, and we kind of scoffed at you because we get on our Yankees high horse. But, man, he gives some pesky at-bats, and he can play some high-level defense, which we saw last series and we saw yesterday. So, the Rays put themselves in position to make this happen. The Houston sitting there, they got 2 great starts. They feel like they're hitting the ball well, so it's this weird. They're comfortable with themselves, but they're also down 2-0 to a better team.
Yes. I had something I was going to say. About the Bregman swinging thing. The 3-0, and then obviously the first pitch after all those balls. It's a numbers thing, man. Numbers after 0-1, not good. 0-0 swinging, pretty good. So, you have to be calculated there and have to get a strike, which you did. And I think that's the main thing. And you're right. If he gets a hit there, drives that ball in the gap, a little bit more launch angle, a little bit less launch angle. We're looking at probably 2 runs coming in there.
A little less Kiermaier.
Tie ball game. A little less Kiermaier. And anybody was catching that one. That thing hung up there a little bit, but I have no problem with him swinging there. And to your point, the Astros got to be feeling like, what do we got to do?
Yeah.
I mean, they feel like they played pretty well, and they're down 0-2.
Yeah, if you're the Astros, you're saying, we got to catch a break sometime. Like, they haven't caught a single break. And every time they fuck up, the Rays capitalize on it.
Look at Harry Lewis in the chat right now. What he just put, Jim.
Astros expected batting average is 360. Rays is 157.
That was yesterday.
Oh, today's 337 expected batting average for the Astros and 180.
That's for the series.
That's for the series. Yeah, but and that matches the eye test. The Rays just they're aggravating. They just will beat the shift. They'll slap one this way, slap one that way, and then they'll pounce.
Hey, the homer thing's true. How many? They hit 2 homers yesterday. Did the Astros hit? They hit.
Astros. Correa got one.
Correa got one. Out homer the opponent, you're gonna win.
Yeah,
it's the bottom line, and that's what they've been getting those timely homers and pitching well, and their defense, the shifts, the defensive placement. That's what's really like. Every time they hit a ball hard somewhere, I'm like, oh, there's a player right there.
Yeah, that's how they're getting all those double plays.
That'll take the wind out of your sails of your offense right there. Like you were like, man, we can't do anything any better than that. And then you start trying to manipulate the swing, trying to beat the shifts. It's exactly what they want you to do. So it's
and
I don't know.
The only good thing that came out of the Altuve error was he got a nice hug from Dusty. So it might be worth making an error.
Feel all better.
Yeah. 10-0 game, make an error, get a hug from Dusty. I don't know. Could be something.
Not a bad trade.
Yeah.
I'd make that trade.
The only thing, another slight win for the Astros, who don't really have slight wins because they're down 2-0, is that they did get to Anderson, and they
got to Fairbanks too.
And Carlos Correa got to Fairbanks. So you did, put little nicks in their armor, their best horses out there, but you're down 2-0. You need a lot more than that. And I think I was telling Jake this, Trev, the no off days and the no travel really changes the vibe, because if you go to Tampa and you lose the first 2 games and then the next day you get a day of breath and travel and you get, okay, let's reset. We're going back to our stadium with our home fan. We're not in the fucking Trop anymore. It's a whole new series. Let's just win game 1 in front of our fans. Like, you 100%. Get to mentally change. Whereas this year, all the same stadium, no off days. It's just fucking, let's go back out there tomorrow. But there's no, mental change where I think you were granted that a little bit. I mean, as Yankee fans, hey, just win 1 in their building. We'll win them in ours. And that was kind of the philosophy, the mindset. So you don't really have that anymore. It's just every day. Back out, back out, back out.
I agree. It's a grind, and that's why we have said the Rays are at such an advantage here because of the depth. But that's another good point about it. I mean, if you are in this 7-game series, and are they doing 2-3-2s? Is that what they usually do, or is it 2-2-2-1?
I believe it's 2-3-2.
2-3-2. I mean, it's a big, yeah. You lose 2, or you sneak 1 out of the Trop, and then you go into Houston. I mean, you steal home field advantage, and you're playing in front of your home fans, like you said, but ain't happening this year, man. 2020's got them all up in the bubble in San Diego, and they're gonna have to find a way. I think if you're the Astros, you're sitting there look, we outplayed these guys. Bottom line, we outplayed them. Pretty much in every facet of the game. We just need to get that one big hit, or that one error cost us, but we've been playing really well besides that. So I think today, I know we're not giving our prediction on today's game, but I think the Astros are going to be confident coming into today's game.
Yeah, and I think the momentum thing can turn more. The mental thing is absolutely true. You see a new environment, and you can put things in your rear view a lot easier. But if they see a bloop single drop today, or if they see a ball hit the bag, or if they see G-Man can't pick one at first, which, my word, he's been picking everything. I was getting in the advanced stats on that. G-Man's got some really nice first base numbers this year. You can mentally still change the momentum, and you kind of technically have the matchup today. You will be the home team as well, so maybe if you get a little 9th inning magic, but we'll talk about it on the pregame show. But you just can't go down 3-0, otherwise the series is over. So, Rays, baby, Trev's Rays.
Rays. I was actually trying to find BBD. I probably need your help here. I thought I tweeted out my prediction, but I believe it was a Talkin Baseball verbal prediction. So I don't know if you have your notes, and I believe it was because I was looking back on my tweets and someone responded to me, and the Rays on July 1st. I need to find out where that is. I don't know if you got that in your notes. I can go back and look too.
Don't have it immediately, but I'll see what I can find in the next 5 minutes.
Like that.
The other thing is McCullers go so deep, and they lose being the they lose being the away team. So they only used 1 inning of bullpen. 8 innings pitched. McCullers did 7 of them. So the Astros have the full arsenal in this somewhat do-or-die game coming up.
And I think it was Scrub who came in, who was a guy for them this year. Young dude, big curveball, and he looked okay. So you wonder if this series does go on, can he help them at all?
I don't want to be a hater here, but I'm going to be a hater.
Hater alert.
Can I be a hater?
Yeah.
A little bit. Once those shadows crept in.
Oh, yeah.
When you have a guy like Lance who gets that vertical break and can spin it, you have no chance.
Unless your name's Zanino.
He caught a backdoor fastball and just got lucky right there.
I think it was a change. I think he went.
No, it was backdoor heater. I remember watching it.
I think it was in the 80s.
I mean, sure looked like a backdoor heater, but I remember
I think he went fastball highway, missed, and then tried to come in, or he took a lot off to hit his spot.
I don't know.
But
I thought it was a heater. Could be wrong. But I remember a game in particular. We were in Chicago, and it was the same thing. It was I think we started at, I think it might have been a 3 o'clock start for some holiday, and it was
96 sinker.
Yeah. Jose Quintana and Phil Hughes. And they're not huge strikeout guys. But the shadows were there. And boy, you should have seen some of the swings both sides were taking. Both established career highs in strikeouts that day. And all they were doing was just spin it a little bit. Just put a little wrinkle in it. It's exactly what McCullers doing. I'm not saying he didn't look good. He looked sharp yesterday. But, 7 innings pitched at 11 Ks. He wasn't going to get that on a regular day, a night game or something like that. So, that's why the playoffs kind of make me mad when they do these games at that time, because you're going to get the shadows at 3 o'clock. And it changes everything. So just keep an eye out for that in the rest of the series. And I don't think the Dallas Stadium will have that. They had the roof open, but I don't know about the shadows and stuff for day games.
It's dark as fuck in there.
I'll take a little bit of bugs on my face before we get there. Casually mentioned, and we all kind of agreed. We're well, won't see Aaron Loop again. And there he is the next day, getting outs, back at it, because that's just what the Rays do.
Well, he throws 95 now.
Yeah.
So whatever.
And did you guys see there's a good clip on Twitter showing all the Rays' different arm angles, and it looks like a goddamn top half of a clock, from Yarborough to Loop, all the way over to Thompson
Drake.
to Glass now. It's insane, and that's part of what they do.
Did you like it? Who posted it? I want to see it.
I could find it, I think. I think Petriello had it.
Petriello.
I think he stole it from Pitcher's List. Shout out to the baseball community, guys.
Shout out. Yeah, we can move on. Jake's got a burn. Game 2 of the day. Game 1 of the NLDS. But before we do that, I got to tell you a little bit about DraftKings. Week 5 of football is in the books, and now it's time to review the tape and get ready for Week 6. There's no better place to get in on all of the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. To add to the excitement of Week 6, DraftKings Sportsbook is bringing back their can't-miss offer. If you haven't tried DraftKings Sportsbook yet, head to the App Store now, because you don't want to miss this. DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new users the chance to receive a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. On top of that great sign-up offer, DraftKings offers great odds and boosts every Sunday to help you make it rain. Don't worry if football isn't for you. DraftKings is giving all of you basketball fans a 200% profit boost on any basketball market once you sign up. DraftKings is safe, reliable, and secure, making it easy for you to deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. Call the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code Jomboy when you sign up and get up to $1,000. That's code Jomboy to get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You must be 21 or older. New Jersey only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Jake, are you ready?
Ready.
Game 1, National League Championship Series. Burn, Jakey. Burn.
The Atlanta Braves freed themselves to the NLCS to give Max the ball in Game 1 versus the mighty Dodgers, and Walker Ferris Bueller hoping to not have an off day with some blister problems. MV free, most ballinest player. Solo shot in the first for Freddie. 1-0 Braves. But that'd be all they'd get as Walker lived up to his name. 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 Ks, 5 walks, career high. Hashtag blister, not the time or the place, Michael. Meanwhile, Mad Max was dropping dick. 6 innings pitched, 9 Ks, only mistake, Kike, do you love me? Are you riding? Solo shot for Keek to sneak. We're going 1-1 into the 9th. Training in, train out. Young, thick, Austin Riley, absolute gong show. Mr. Solo Dolo to take the lead, but the Braves weren't done. Ronald Acuna, what a wonderful phrase. Double. Marcell Ozuna, what a wonderful phrase. RBI single to score. Ryan and little monster. Ozzy Albies to the moon. Actually, to the pen. Melanson catches it. Nice moment. And then he closes it. Freed to Coldplay Chris Martin to Millennium Will Smith to Mark Melanson. Braves win 5-1 final. Take Game 1.
Little monster scream scared us all.
The real monsters. Trev was shouting out some throwback shows yesterday. Figure we'd bring it back there.
So,
you made me laugh.
1-1 game going into the 9th inning here, but we have some major storylines. Walker Buehler's pants were tight, and Melanson caught Ozzy's home run casually from the bullpen mound.
That's it. We don't need to talk about this game anymore. That's what happened.
No.
Highlights.
Oh, something else happened. The game happened.
Yeah.
The game happened.
I don't like the camera's angle or stadium or lighting at this field, so I couldn't tell if Walker Buehler was all over the bottom of the zone or just everything looked like a low pitch. But Walker Buehler, this blister shit sucks because he walks 5, and if he really lacks control because of the blister, kind of sucks. He walked 4. What?
Sorry, I read up on that. I did a sequence episode with about Walker getting his strikeout, and what they were saying was he's got it covered all week. In all his bullpen sessions, they cover it up, and they he can't feel that finger because whatever he has on it, he's got bandages on it, fucking new skin, whatever they put on it, and then you take it off for the game, and it's a completely different feel. So like he's not getting that good work in between starts.
Yeah,
I could see where he'd be rusty.
It sucks because he walked 5. He walked 4 last game. So he's out after 5 innings, and he threw 100 pitches. So I'd like to see not Blister Boy Buehler pitching. Just like cut the finger off and give him a new finger or something. But the home run to Freddie was impressive. Down and in fastball that Freeman just turned on. I liked that. But Max Fried was just as impressive, more impressive. He goes 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, but his curveball was crazy. It looked really nice.
He was cutting the ball really nice, whether it was the curveball or just kind of his cut fastball. I mean, we saw some pitches there that came across the screen, and we were like, is that a slider?
New text message.
Text from Max.
Oh.
Trevor Plouffe, live.
Hey.
Live.
My bad. That's a little brag.
Can you reveal it?
I'm sure he's just responding to me.
Please.
Telling him how good
He's
he was
saying,
yesterday.
he said, please don't text me during the playoffs. If you could.
He probably just said thanks, if I had to guess.
Okay, that's a good guess.
THX.
But yeah, he looked good, man. Cut some from his arm angle. Some of the ways the pitches can come across look like 93 mile per hour sliders. He was pumping it when he needed to. He's working both sides of the plate. Trev, I know you like that. Willing to come in on guys. Got a couple nice outs. The Will Smith at bat jumps out. He kind of crowds the plate. He wants that inside pitch, so Max just brought it in a little more and said, try to hit this, and he did not. So Fried was good. Yeah, the only mistake, Kike got him. And, man, Dodger fans love Kike, baby.
Had 6 base runners yesterday. That ain't going to get it done. The Dodgers offense is much better than that, but Max just shoved. I mean, he's banging 96 out there. He's got movement. He obviously has the curveball. And people were saying, like, he's an LA guy. Grew up idolizing Sandy Koufax. Well, that breaking ball sure looks like Sandy's. And today, we're going to see another guy that emulated Sandy as well, and Kershaw. But Max doing his a great impression in his own right. He looked incredible. I think the Braves are really opening everybody's eyes. They are not intimidated. And I don't know if that's just a clubhouse thing or what. But, you go up against the Dodgers, and they got Mookie, and they got all these guys. They're the Dodgers. Braves are kind of – they've won the NL East, 3 years in a row now? Is that what it is?
Something like that.
Chat, fact check me. But they don't look intimidated whatsoever, do they? In fact, they look energized. Like Acuna, I think it stems from Acuna and Albies. Like, these guys don't give a shit. They have fun no matter what. And that energy exudes to everybody else. You could just see in their
and Ozuna's added to it this season for him.
Yes, absolutely. Ozuna's a big part of that. And Freeman, he's like, he may not be as jovial as those guys, but he also, when he gets in the box, he doesn't care who's on the mound. So, like, that combination of the confidence and, like, the skill they have out there is showing up, man. And the Dodgers are kind of like, ho-hum, like, we want to be in the World Series. Well, you got to get past the Braves first.
I wish that Acuna played shortstop. I just, you got
tough.
All the fun young superstars, Tatis, Lindor's not young. And then, like, if they were double play partners, I just think we'd have so much great handshake and celebrating, turning a double play in the middle of the infield right there. Just something just if I could go back and rewrite the story, I'd have him be a shortstop. I understand.
Not everyone could be a big league shortstop, Jim. It takes a super, super special athlete and person and, to do that. So,
in my opinion, there's probably only like 15 big league shortstops worth their salt. 20.
Depends how you define worth their salt, I guess.
I think Ronnie could do it. Anyways.
A banger at shortstop, yes. That is, you're not going to find a ton of those, but you can find if they wanted to go back to how shortstop used to be, defensively driven, there's so many guys that can pick it, but now they want you to hit too.
Now that's just catchers now.
Back in those Jeter days.
In 10 years, they're
going
to be a DH for catchers soon.
Hey, we had Darno cleaning up, Will Smith hitting 5th in this game. Not their best games, either one. But I don't know, guys. The story of this game we still haven't talked about. It was 1-1 into the 9th. Dodgers pen comes in, and this is kind of the fairy tale we've been talking about. If the Braves do make this a series, I think it becomes a fear factor of the Dodgers bullpen. The goddamn... Literally, you couldn't write up a better Achilles heel follow-up story like, oh, this super lineup with super starting pitching and so much talent. And it always seems to come back to this bullpen. Treinen gets the nod in the tie game.
Yeah, but I was so excited about their good bullpen going against the heart of the order. And we had, Acuna, Freeman, Ozuna, Darno, Albies coming up. But first it was Austin Riley. And Austin Riley said, screw you.
Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I start this off.
And, could be a big moment for him. Atlanta's been hyped up about Austin Riley for a little bit. He was having trouble kind of cracking into that team / finding a defensive position to get his big bat because they believe in that bat. Donaldson was there last year. They let him go, although I think they were trying to resign him a little bit. That, they end up using the money on Ozuna. Young Thick has worked out, and, this could be kind of a big moment for him because they do have him a part of their core going forward. Absolute moonshot to give them the 2-1 lead, and then they just don't stop. Acuna with the double down the line. Ozuna punches one out to right to score him, and then Ozzy Albies with the exclamation point straight to Melancon on the mound. Didn't even have to move, really. Jimmy, you said it at the time, and I agree with you. That's like an impactful moment. That's like the looking back. If things start to happen with the Braves and you start thinking you've got some magic, I'm just
That's a
telling you.
movie moment, Trev. If this was a movie, that would happen, and then they'd start playing some swell of music, and the vibe you'd get was like things are going the Braves' way.
Like in the movie, it would have been Melanson and Albies like they bumped chest before the game, and Melanson was like, "Hey, it's about time you give us something."
Yeah,
and then it comes right to him, and it's like, oh my God.
Melanson looks at the ball, and it's got like an imprint, and it says, "That's for you, Mark."
That's
Coming
for
off
you,
the bat.
bitch.
Is crazy.
Ooh, he like put a stamp on his bat, hit that exact spot,
Yes.
put it on the
Yes,
ball.
yes.
Melanson
You're getting it.
catches
Yeah.
And then it's like a sex
Okay.
scene with Max Fried on the
I
mound.
didn't see that twist
Just
coming.
dripping,
but
just dripping sweat. He's got his like
Ugh.
weird little facial
Glad it was
hair, and
sweat.
he's looking real good, and he's just like dominating.
Yeah.
No,
Hell
that's
yeah.
a different movie. It's a different.
Hell yeah.
I've got Max Fried and Walker Buehler doing their own thing with some tight pants and some athleticism.
Yeah, we know about the Walker thing post game.
So good.
Idiot asked him about the pants, and he's like, "It's not the time and the place now. I just lost a game in the NLCS. Shut up. You're an idiot. Please don't ever ask that
Just
question again." I'm
so-
paraphrasing.
Just so straightforward dad mode from how old is Walker now? 25? Younger? He's
Yeah, but he's
26.
from South though, they're an older
But
souls.
just so direct, telling a beat reporter not the time or the place. Michael. Calling him
they asked,
Michael's
they
good
asked
too.
Fried about it
Yeah.
post game as well, and he was said the same thing. Like,
Here, I have the sound bites for anyone that might not have heard them. They're worth playing.
Hey, Walker. Walker Buehler's pants were trending
the
on
hell?
Twitter tonight.
Probably not the time or place, Michael.
Thank you, Walker.
Probably not. And then Max
walks
Fried. Max Fried was.
Alex Quiz. All right, this might be a dumb question. It's not really a question about you. Walker Buehler's tight pants. What is that? Is that a Cali thing? Is that a pitcher thing? Just kind of what's the deal with that?
I don't really know Walker. It's kind of each person on his own. If it makes you feel good.
dude, who the fuck is asking these questions, dude?
His name is
Michael.
Michael J. Duarte.
Same guy, same fucking guy.
That asked. He asked Walker. I don't know if he asked both.
He's legit gonna get his credential removed. Like Walker is saying that right now. Like, get this guy the fuck out of here.
I don't mind him
Viral.
asking, but I also love Walker Buehler shutting him down. It was a viral moment. And what if Walker Buehler like quips back with a fun joke, like, "Yeah, my girlfriend likes it too." Then it's like
I don't like it, man.
I'd like to see your pants tighter, Michael.
It's a different environment, man. If he comes on the show here,
Yeah.
that's the environment for a question like that. You're talking about a post-game press conference where you got to be credentialed. Only so many
Post-game
people get to
loss.
ask
post-game
questions.
loss. So you're right.
Post-game loss. He
In-
can't be.
in the
I like
playoff.
that question being posed to Walker. He was right. Not the time or the place.
Yeah.
Come on, talking base. Should I say that? Should I just tweet at Walker like, "Come on, talking baseball"? We can talk
When
about
you want to talk about your tight
Let's breathe
pants.
a little
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe if the Dodgers win tonight. Like,
it's stupid. Like, that's for us, bro. Like, you're not us. You're not fucking us.
Trev, John was giving Max Fried some Orlando Bloom comps last night. Your thoughts?
only from Pirates of the Caribbean because he's got the facial
a
hair.
younger Orlando Bloom.
I think
Max's
he's more.
age.
I think he's more Johnny Depp than Orlando. Although I could see maybe like a mixture of those two guys.
Keeping it in the Pirates movies. I like that.
I just watched a new movie with Orlando Bloom. It's a military movie called The Outpost.
Okay.
Tom Hanks?
No, it's Orlando Bloom's in it for a little bit, and actually one of the main characters is Clint Eastwood's son. I don't know his name.
Chet
Sure,
Eastwood.
It's pretty good. That's good.
That looks like him. It's got the facial hair, the nose.
It's almost the exact facial hair.
Yeah.
See, when I think of Orlando Bloom, though, I strictly think Legolas. So
You strictly think the
Lord.
picture of him on the paddle boat with Katy Perry with his dick out.
Keira Knightley.
I haven't. There's a picture of his dick on the internet.
I
Legolas'
haven't
dick
seen it
is on the
either.
internet.
Is it not Orlando
I mean,
Bloom?
I want to see it now, but
Oh yeah, with Katy Perry. You guys have never seen this?
no.
I don't really want to see it.
You do want to see it here, Jake.
No, Legolas
Orlando
is a
Bloom.
special
What do I have
character
to type?
for me.
It's
I
It's
don't
just
need
right
to-
there. I mean, it's Katy Perry sitting on the front of the paddleboard. He's kneeling on it, completely naked, just paddling her around.
Hold on. Ben Gardy says Kershaw scratched. Gonsolin starting. Is that a lie, Ben?
And this is a big
Ben.
moment for you.
I mean, here we are checking out Orlando Bloom's dick, and they
can
scratch
confirm.
Kershaw.
It is with the passing.
BBD. Awesome.
I mean, it's not from passing, but
Are you confirming Orlando Bloom's
Back
dick
spasms.
or
Oh,
Kershaw?
the Kershaw thing. But I was in the
Okay.
middle of googling the Orlando Bloom.
BBD,
Dodge on Twitter.
you'd like the Orlando Bloom thing.
Yeah,
It looks
I-
like he might have fluffed his penis a little, like he knew the photograph was coming, because it's a little perched. And
Yeah.
I know about perched penises.
I I just googled Orlando Bloom penis and it came up, so
Yeah.
it's a pretty easy search.
I don't want to search that. I'm worried about
As he searches
Llewellyn.
I'm
Easy
gonna
on
search it
that.
on the work computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Llewellyn knows.
Anyway, that's kind of big news. We'll talk about that in the pregame show.
Which one?
Kershaw.
Okay.
Hey, give me a. Just I don't want to look at it, but give me a one.
Well, BBD just
rating.
BBD instant
Listen,
reaction.
It's
One
You
to 10
just
rating
looked
on
at-
Orlando Bloom on the kayak. Or the
I
paddleboard.
need to see more angles of his penis because it's a really weird shot.
well, he knew what he was. He knew he was going to get
He
photos
knew there was a
taken,
photograph.
and he was a little bit fine with it happening, and he also prepped a little bit.
Okay, so give me a 1 to 10.
It's just funny that Katy Perry's just like in a bathing suit,
Yeah.
not naked, and he's just naked behind her.
BBD.
Maybe
Say,
Why don't
all,
we-
say all
okay,
of your
I-
feelings. Say all of your feelings right
If
now.
Max Fried is really a friend, he will recreate that photo with Jake as Katy Perry.
Yeah. I'd like to do one shoot where we switch. We do both of them. Don't think Max is in for
Hey, you
that.
guys, leave Max alone. He's freaking focused.
You
on
got to
what's
see it, Trev.
here.
You're going to be a little bugged out.
Yeah, I see it. Anyway, okay,
It's
guys.
just not a
big-
natural penis angle.
Big news here is that the Braves bullpen does it again.
Yeah.
Chris Martin, Will Smith, Melanson, 3 innings pitched, 0 hits.
Will Smith is gross.
Which one?
He was
Yes.
not gross when he was a starter. Then all of a sudden, what did he go to San Fran and they put him in the pen? 'Cause
Yeah.
with the Royals, he was just a starter, unless they put him in the pen at the end of his time there. But shoot, man, he looks like Zach Britton, kind of, right? Like, is that a fair comparison? Maybe doesn't throw as hard.
Yeah, Britton's tough because he's pretty unique, and that's not
Yeah.
Yankee stuff. Like, I mean, Britton, pumps one pitch 80% of the time. Smith's just got a nasty like fastball slider combo,
Yeah.
and he can dot it, and he
Slider's
I,
good.
I
Slider's
remember
good.
I put it all together because I think when he signed with the Braves, he said he liked the Braves. He's got this. I think he's like a Florida Panhandle guy. He's like he's definitely got a scent to him if you're around him, and I think he's just leaned into it and he's figured it out, and he's a stud, dude. His stats from the past like decade are good.
Yeah, he is. Sometimes that happens, man. You're like, that guy's not that good of a player. Then you look and you're just like, holy shit, he's a really good player, and I didn't notice.
Ooh, last thing before we maybe start segueing out of it. Ron Darling said something on the broadcast that I want to know if it's a baseball thing, if it's just a ledge thing, if it's total BS, or if there's maybe stats to it. He was talking about Charlie Morton, and he said that Charlie Morton over time has gotten a lot better against lefties because when you pitch for that long, he's seen so many lefties stacked lineups that you learn how to pitch to lefties. Is that a little bit of a myth? Is it if you're such a good starting pitcher that you pitch for that long, you're
Seems
probably
normal.
good?
You get enough practice at anything.
I mean, you could see it making sense, but I also have no idea. Like, I've never heard that before.
I mean, he's a guy that like reinvented himself once.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he started pitching like Roy Halladay, and he's still doing it.
Yeah.
So that
he
makes
just
sense.
started
Like,
throwing harder, Trev.
I don't know what happened with him, but he's turned into an amazing pitcher. It makes sense. I mean, yeah, you get those lefties. You got to find a way to get them out if you want to stay in the league.
Yeah.
It's like anything, man. Like if you come up and you can't hit a certain pitch, you better learn how to hit that pitch, or you're not going to be playing for very long. So I think over time you develop things. Lefties have their tendencies. And if you can exploit those, whether it be, I think a lot of lefties nowadays, he's kind of set up perfectly for this. I remember when Joe Mauer, they started to figure some things out about him. It was the 12-6 curveball. That vertical break lefties for some reason don't like that. So like Morton's set up for that, change ups away, busting them up and in. There's ways to attack lefties typically, and he's just, learn how to do it, man.
Like it.
Love it.
Not as much as the Orlando Bloom peeper talk, but
Yeah. Well,
I'm not going to look at that, I promise you.
I'll send you.
Why
it.
wouldn't you? I'll
send
text it to you right now. I'll text it to you 3 versions.
You're gonna be-
Like something, if you guys are like, you got to see it, then I'm like, okay.
You're gonna be interested by it. It's not gross. It's not
Sounds like
weird.
A 5. Sounds like a 5 to me. I don't want to see a 5. I need to see, like, if I'm going to take a look.
It's
it needs
not
to be at least a
impressive,
7.
if I'm being honest. Like, I could take that picture.
He's not a big guy. He's got to be 5'6", 7"?
He's listed at 5'11", which makes me think he's 5'9".
You already went to the stats, huh? Good for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jim brought it up last night, and I saw it. I wondered if it was too facial hair-based, and I also picture Orlando Bloom being pretty tiny.
Well, now I'm just texting it to our group chat, so Zach's not listening to this.
Oh.
So I wonder what he's going to think.
Somebody said I'm fairly certain texting that to me would be illegal. I agree.
Well, I just did.
If we had a fucking HR at this company, I would.
We do. It's me. I'm free of
No,
all.
isn't Katie the HR? I'm calling Katie right now.
I'm
It's Jake.
head of HR. Actually, I like that angle better for him. That's a more natural droop.
Hey, chat, remember this day when I've taken over the
Shadow's
company
misleading.
after I sued Jim.
What's that? Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. That's the end of this episode.
I like that picture for him.
Yeah.
That's a
you're-
7.
Yeah.
I'll find the weird one and send it to you, Trev.
All right. Bye, guys. 2 more games today. We'll be back tomorrow.